I know that you invited the parents of Laken Riley to be your guests at the State of the Union address. They turned down your offer. They said they're still grieving the loss of their daughter, which is totally understandable when you think about the attention that they would get this evening. Can you take us through what that conversation was like for you?
Well, and it was a private conversation. You know, I'm going to tell you something. That's tough. It's gut-wrenching. You know, I'm a father of a 26-year-old. When we send our students, our kids off to these college towns, we expect them to be safe. And Rob, I guarantee you the majority of the people that have sent their child to Athens, Georgia, to the University of Georgia, had no idea that Athens was a sanctuary city. Their sanctuary cities are illegal in the state of Georgia anyway, but as part of this lawlessness, this disrespect for our laws, even within people in our country, like the mayor of Athens, who decided that he would pick and choose which laws he would abide by. And taking these people in and busing them in, and I just guarantee you, folks they didn't know that. Or otherwise, they would have a different calculation on where they sent their child.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a UGA grad, and it was safe when I went to school there. It was not a sanctuary city at the time. We still don't know whether President Biden will address Laken Riley in tonight's State of the Union. But here is what KJP had to say when asked about it earlier this week. Take a listen.
Look, I don't have anything to share about the president's speech as it relates to that particular question that you have. But we want to always be sure that we lift up the families who have lost their loved ones in that way.
So what do you think, Congressman? Do you think that he mentions Laken Riley tonight?
Well, I would like for him to. I would like for him to acknowledge what's going on at that southern border, that there has been a change in policy since their administration came into effect. And that change in policy is exactly what is directly responsible for Laken Riley's murder. And that's part of our act. I don't anticipate him to. Their whole modus operandi is if they don't say her name, they're hoping this will fade away into the night. But I've got something to tell you. I won't let this go. We're not going to let this go. We're going to pass this act. We've got other things in the works right now that we're going to come up behind this with to help. Because right now we've got a war on two fronts in this country. We've got a war on that southern border down there where people are just invading our country, especially criminality. And then we've got a war throughout our country with these criminals who brought their trade from wherever they came from, and they have no intention of abiding by our laws. Yeah. That's evident by what happened in Athens, Georgia. And we're going to stop this mess, and we're going to deport these people.
And you would think this would be bipartisan, by the way.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be a no-brainer. Just about 20 seconds left. We had Brian Mast on earlier. He said, look, if the president lies tonight, we'll heckle him. And heckle's the word that Mike Johnson used. We saw what happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene last year. Do you expect this to be a rowdy crowd tonight as they listen to the president speak?
I think that you're going to see a reflection of what America is feeling, from everything from inflation to crime to that southern border. This is enough. And if he does not understand that, then I think tonight will be a good way to reflect the Americans' feelings out there.
So it seems like Mike Johnson's saying don't heckle is kind of falling on deaf ears. We've had two members on this morning, and both members have stated pretty unequivocally that if Joe Biden lies, they're gonna let him hear it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I think that President Biden would do well to let the American people know exactly what's been going on in this country. Exactly. And he really doesn't have to, Rob. Yeah. People know. And they're going to be sitting there at their own TV saying the same things that we're going to be saying. You know, it's so it won't be any different from probably what you'll be sitting at your house or sitting at the TV set saying back to the TV screen.